All right. Well, welcome in. Thank you for tuning in to part 5 and the final part of Be Afraid of the Dark. We are hopping back into the church where our adventurers came to confront the boogeyman, the big bad boogeyman. They found him upstairs in a room circled by corpses, seated in chairs, until our friend Herndig turned the chairs against the corpses. Amongst the gore, the boogeyman stepped out, the shadows moving around him, and an epic battle took foot. The boogeyman fled to the first floor of the church and fought our companions atop his altar. Much blood was shed as Louis dealt the final blow to the boogeyman, stabbing his sword through the boogeyman's chest. The boogeyman smiled at Louis and dug the sword deeper, ending his life. The boogeyman dropped down, his blood spilling over the altar, moving into the cracks. Herndig, as the boogeyman fell, you heard a small tink. As out from his hand, you watch as a small crystal shard bounces toward you and lands in front of you on the altar. You look down, and the shard is glowing in front of you. But that is where we are going to start part 5. So everyone, grab an ale, prepare for a tale, for all are welcomed at the Banshee's Wail. So the boogeyman falls, his blood pouring over the altar. Herndig, you see this small glowing crystal in front of you on the altar. It's translucent, but swirling within, you can see a black cloud as a purplish aura radiates out of the crystal. The three others, you watch as the boogeyman's blood runs down the altar, and then you start to feel a tremble beneath your feet. All of you realize the room itself is shaking. The ground below you, the entire church and everything surrounding is shaking. Dust is falling off from the ceiling, and you can hear the moving of the stone around you. Akan looks at each of you, and he says, "I think something's coming."
I think that's a fair assumption.
Nah, we killed him. That's fine.
And as all of you take a step back from the altar, the boogeyman's body gets up, his head and arms hanging, as you see his feet actually hovering a few inches off the ground. He begins to rise up above the altar, and you hear a sound from his body, and then blood pours down through his mouth, eyes, ears, and the wound that Louis dealt to him. As his blood pours down his body to the altar, it freezes in place, and you just see him hanging there for a moment. And then everything starts shaking violently. Herndig, you get the idea that you need to back away. Do you grab the crystal?
I grab it.
All right, you grab the crystal, which I will put in your inventory. And as you grab hold of it, you feel the aura pulsating through the crystal, and it begins to emanate within you as well. And you get an understanding of the crystal and what it does for you.
Interesting.
Does it summon Doomslayer?
Doom guy.
There we go. Okay, you can see the description and everything?
Wondrous item.
Yeah, drag the menu. There's a little thing to the bottom right of it. You can grab and drag it down, and you should see the full description there. You might have to just scroll down on your character sheet. It should say wondrous item, legendary, and then while holding the stone.
There we go. Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. You grab the stone quickly, holding it in your hand. You take a step back from the altar, as does Akan. I think we should leave.
I agree. I'd start backing away with Akan.
I follow them backwards as well.
I'll follow them as well.
Akan moves to the middle of the church, in between the benches, and he turns around. The room's still shaking as it starts to quiet down. The boogeyman's body and his rain of blood frozen in air. You see his head snap back Rather than hanging forward, his head snaps backwards as you see a black smoke start protruding out of him, and then it becomes an ooze. It falls from him onto the altar, pouring down by the gallon. It starts to cover the altar, creating a haze of black smoke around it that begins to fill the room. You start to see little cracks of purple and red light within the ooze and smoke. As that happens, after a moment, you see a large hand come out from the ooze and smoke, and it slams down onto the altar. It begins to settle, the smoke dissipating down and just covering the floor beneath, as where the boogeyman was hanging now stands at about a little over 20 feet tall. A head that sits in the middle of its torso. Where the face would be is a long tentacle, but it split where the face is, and it's just a maw of teeth and visage. From the torso are 4 long arms coming out to hands as they writhe and show as it begins to move it viciously about, getting a grasp of its physical body. Under its torso is many large tentacles that are now wrapping around the room.
Did you just drop Nyarlathotep right in the middle of the screen right there?
All 4 of you hear a piercing white noise in your head. Nothing being said within the noise, but you can somehow understand what it's saying. And it just says, kneel.
I'm a strong, independent dwarf. I don't kneel. Look back to Akan. We don't kneel for him, right? We didn't kneel for the other one. Why kneel for him?
Louis will quickly
You're right.
get down to one knee. He'll take a knee. He'll bow his head, just like completely oblivious to everyone around him. He just quickly, without even questioning it, just gets down on one knee and goes, "Well, I guess we're doing this."
Are you stretching, Louis?
Louis, what are you doing?
Oh, I'm sorry. I dropped my pocket. Let me get back up. I seem to have found it.
If you need help find your gold, let me know.
Secretly muttering under his breath. Well, I guess we're not doing this then. All right.
I think it's fight if we want to make it out of here.
He did just say that we
Fight or
could
be a
bow.
servant. I don't want to be a servant to this thing.
Why didn't you bow to the boogeyman, Louis? We can take it.
In a con, I trust. With you in front of me, dwarf, I feel like I can achieve anything.
But you're in
And
front
Or
of
we all die.
I
But
quickly
it'll be
hide behind a
glorious.
con. Like I quickly dip behind a con really fast. I suddenly feel safer and more confident.
Akan steps forward in front of all of you. What is it you want? As Louis moves behind Akan and Igor.
Now even safer.
The same piercing white noise cuts through your minds, taking all your thoughts and everything out. And you just feel the message come through as it tells you It wants everything. This world will be its new home, and it will create its own plane. And you can kneel or be resurrected as its servant.
So if we die, we're resurrected and serve, but if we kneel, we serve. I'm all for the more fun option. Let's throw some death in there.
I'm for killing it and not serving anyone.
Go down swinging.
Louis, you peek out from behind Igor and look about, and you notice almost uncontrollably your eyes get pulled over to Herndig's hand, and you get a message in your head.
Just no real reason behind this, but would you say it's completely dark in this room?
It is not absolute darkness. It is dim light.
Okay.
No particular reason or anything, but
No.
It is not. You are not standing in absolute darkness. There's light coming through the windows, and there are torches, lanterns outside that are kind of bleeding in.
I might be banking on Louis then.
But you are in dim light for that particular reason.
Can you say darkness is imprisoning me?
No. But I will say, if you all are going to attack, we will initiate combat.
Let's do it.
It is staring at you as ready as you are.
Louis pulls out a short sword, just starts waving it behind Igor excitedly.
Oh,
You
yeah.
get to use it.
I'm always so ready. Like, look at that 8. It's like golf, right?
At least you're above the thing.
True.
All right, Louis, you get to go first.
Yay!
Which is always great as a rogue.
I'm gonna go ahead and while Herndig's attention is turned, I'm actually going to sneak up behind Herndig and try and take the gem while he's distracted. Just as
What am I
nonchalantly as
distracted by?
possible. The giant enemy right in front of us.
He is aware of you as you approach, so roll me a sleight of hand normally.
All right. Normal. And just as nonchalantly, so that way if he catches me, I can kind of play it off. Thank God for that plus 10.
1 second. Oh, what did you roll?
20.
Okay. Herndig, roll me a...
Wisdom saving throw, right? That's
No. Roll me an... Well, I wouldn't say perception because you are aware of him. Roll me an athletics check to fight Louis grabbing it from you.
not strong.
Oh. With a strong hand.
And what did you roll?
A 7.
Louis, you run by Herndig. Herndig, you watch as Louis runs behind you. You assume to get a better vantage point on the creature in front of you. As you feel his hand off your left hand and take the crystal from you.
Just like pop it out really quick and catch it in the air and run off.
All right, someone's not getting healed. That's fine.
Let me move that item description over to Louis.
Oh my God, this thing gives me so many options right now. I love it.
Didn't even get to use my shiny object.
Steal his dagger. Steal his dagger. One of two.
I don't want him to be unable to defend himself. I mean,
I think
come on.
he's
we
talking
just
about
wanted
me
to shiny.
stealing yours.
Oh, good luck. The one painted into my hand.
Mhm.
Hey, you don't want to steal that one. I don't even want to talk about how you could potentially. No, we're not stealing that one. I will figure out how to give it to you at a later date. Later date. I owe you. Please don't take my hand.
All right, that has now been added to your inventory, Louis.
Ooh, Louis Lakes.
And Herndig, I'm just going to uncheck it from yours if you plan on taking it back, so I don't have to reload.
Okay. Sounds good.
I like how we have like death metal playlist going on right now for combat, but we're like just totally goofing around.
There you
Super
go.
approach.
Okay, Louis. So you have the stone. You can feel it pulsating in your other hand now. So your right hand, as you're holding it, you get an understanding of what the stone can do.
Mhm.
You've only moved 5 feet, so I will say taking that was an action.
Okay.
Now, what would you like to do?
With my bonus action, I'm just kind of gonna dip back behind Igor and then just kind of hang out there, just kind of looking down and waving my sword and kind of nodding over at Herndig and be like, "Come on, bad guy." And
Am
now I'm
I
like,
aware that he stole it?
Yes.
Okay, good.
The con looks over at you.
He
We'll
said
deal with
good.
it after.
I want to steal the crystal from Louis. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
With a sleight of hand.
just like
We don't
reaches behind himself
fight
and
him.
pops
We
it
just
up really
steal
quick.
from each other.
No,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go just use my movement speed and go up towards this thing.
Aren't
You-
there? Isn't there any honor amongst rogues?
I thought you were a
You-
bard.
Rogue. I mean the person rogue. I mean not the clap. Oh my.
Honor amongst thieves.
Honor amongst
Um,
thieves. Yeah. Oh, the movie
Igor,
title.
You begin to run toward the giant entity standing atop, well, laying, I don't know, its tentacles, across the altar. Its tentacles writhing about as it towers over you. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna cast Vow of Emini on him.
Pop it in the chat for everyone. Go ahead. So that's your bonus action. I'll just put your...
I'll just go. I didn't use my whole 30 feet, did I? 5, 10.
Oh, that's not what I meant. That goes away.
And you know what? I'm just gonna attack it twice.
All right, roll those attacks for me at advantage.
And I have the great sword equipped, I think, from last session.
Yes. The first connects as you deal. Did you check both of your smite?
The other one's Divine Smite, which is a
Yes. So improved divine smite improves your divine smite. So that's why you check both.
Oh.
Because it's just an added to your divine smite. So just roll, what is it, 2d6 for your normal divine smite, or 2d8?
It's 2d8.
Yeah, so roll 2d8 for me. There you go. So you run up and slash your great sword at the dark god in front of you. It hits, you cut a wound into one of the tentacles in front of you as black blood begins to spill out onto the ground. And you can see it almost steaming on the ground. A little bit of smoke and steam comes from the blood.
Now, just quick question though. That when I click it on the global modifier, it's not taking it out of my spell slots, is it?
No, you have to
Okay.
manually do that.
But if I have the Divine Smite, the 2d8 plus 8, that's not a spell, is it?
It is.
Okay,
So
that's why I had it.
it's one spell slot together.
Okay, but the improved Divine Smite isn't, because it
It's
says
just
my-
think of improved divine smite as an additive to your divine smite. Does that make sense?
yeah. So if I use improved Divine Smite, it casts a spell slot.
Yes. Well,
Okay.
any divine smite. There you go. You dealt
Okay.
the damage.
Okay. So I'm actually going to unclick that then. And then let's go to here. There. Okay. Then I'm just going to attack regularly then for my second attack.
Okay. At advantage still. And it hits. Deal another 14 damage. And as that happens, the blood that pours out from both wounds, the mist that comes from it starts to go around the creature. Roll me a Constitution saving throw.
And then my aura doesn't affect me as well, right?
It does, but it's applied to your saving throws all the time. So you, where your saving throws are, you'll notice that they're very high. That's because your aura already counts. And you wouldn't do that at advantage, but we'll just take the first one.
Okay.
You fail the saving throw
With
and
an
take
18?
11 poison damage. As the toxic mist from the blood, you inhale it, you can feel it burning you from the inside.
And we'll end my turn.
All right. Akan, his hammer in hand, still radiating with the lightning surrounding it. He rushes up to join Igor next to him. He runs and swings Stormcaller twice. Now, the first attack lands. He deals damage to the Dark God.
I don't like how you said dark god.
All right. And that will end Akan's turn. Herndig.
I cast Wall of Fire surrounding him because I can create a wall ring 20-foot diameter, and I think that would surround him. I don't think Igor or Akan would be in it.
20-foot diameter.
Diameter.
4 spaces. No, you could put it back and around him, but it will not trap him in it, or it in it, as it's too big. But it'll deal the fire damage.
So how big is he? I thought he was only 15.
Gargantuan. It's like the size of a house inside of a building.
Instead of a very large chapel, but
Yeah.
yeah. No, yeah, 20-foot diameter. Okay, no, yeah, it would just surround right outside of him, but the wall would have to be on him, so it would either push him out or in.
Would push him in and keep him in it. Would be my intent, at least. So that way, at
We'll
the end
say
of his
it depends
turn.
on his saving throw.
Okay.
I'll let that decide.
Alright, I do that, and I choose the interior of the wall to be the damaging part, of course.
Okay. So it is a dexterity saving throw. He doesn't get much of a modifier. Or he just does that. So he takes half of the damage. Roll me 5d8. Or I can roll it for you if you'd like.
Yeah, because mine's connecting to roll to another one.
Oh, you got it. Great.
Woo.
Pretty average. So he takes... I mean, like, between them all. There's an 8
Yeah.
and a 1 next to it. So he takes 11 damage and is pushed off the altar.
Oh, it pushes them.
Because the wall would appear like under the creature.
In him.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically, think of the squares as the line goes around it. It's in those squares. So it's just big enough to where you wouldn't be able to surround it completely without it being on the circle.
Gotcha. So is he still touching the fire then a little bit, or not at all?
As it saved, it moved out of the circle.
Okay. Well, I tried. And I think I have a bonus. I don't have a bonus action. I'm just gonna move down here and yell a few expletives at Louis and just give him a burning glare. Said, we're not through with that. And on to my turn.
The creature puts all four of its arms up into the air as it shrieks out into the chapel, echoing through. You hear all of the windows shatter. As it's its first turn, it uses its Eldritch Manifestation.
And
The sight of the dark god's avatar alone drives most creatures to insanity. Everyone within a 60-foot radius of Kathir make a wisdom saving throw.
Are we being feared or?
Well, it's actually based on whether you save or fail, and then a roll from there.
Good thing I'm
Rolling
extremely
horribly.
wise.
You said
I have a
wisdom?
+8
Yep, wisdom.
and only got one better than Louis.
Let me see Lucky really quick. An ability check or saving throw. You can roll an additional.
Oh yeah, and they're outside of your range of your aura.
Archon isn't.
Yeah,
I'm going to
so
use a
you will get it.
luck die just in case. And I'm going to roll another
You
d20.
did fail.
Yeah, I figured. Yeah, there we go. It's so much better. 7.
It's doubly better.
And what is your? Well, actually, even with
No
your
modifier.
charisma modifier, Igor Akan also fails. So everyone except for Igor, roll me a d6. I'll roll for
Two.
Akan. That's a d4.
2 twos.
Oh no, he's determining the outcome.
It does determine the outcome, yes. Okay, so for Louis, who rolled between 1 and 2, the shriek affects your mind to where you can only see your own greatest fears. Outside of that, you are blind.
Poodles.
Blinded by the light.
Poodles.
For Akan and Herndig, 3 to 4, you become frightened of the dark god avatar Kathir.
But with my aura of courage, would it still affect Archon? Because they can't be frightened.
Oh yeah, good point. Akan is immune to being frightened right now, being within Igor's aura of protection. So you are just frightened, Herndig. And now Kathir makes his attacks, which is 3. 1 at Akan, normally. Akan defends against it, catching the end of the tentacle against his shield. He holds strong and unmoving. The second one at Igor,
That is.
as you are within its range, the tentacle slaps you and wraps around you, Igor. You take 20 bludgeoning damage, and the tentacle wraps around and you are now restrained.
Ooh.
Sweet.
That ends Kathir. Louis, you are blind right now.
Yep. So can I? Let's see. How the heck do I get rid of blindness?
Actually, hold on real quick.
You repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn, but
Oh,
right
okay.
now.
All right. Yeah, I'm just like trying. I am going to jump back 1 square just in case. Kind of jump backwards really quickly, and I'm gonna squeeze the sword, giving myself a 15-foot. Use my bonus ability to put myself in a 15-foot globe of darkness, and then I'm going to roll to get rid of my blindness.
Okay, so you create the orb of darkness around you, which also covers Herndix. So now you are afraid of the dark god, and in an orb of darkness, you can't see.
Effectively
Louis, roll
blinding
your
me.
wisdom saving throw. Louis doesn't know where you are.
I don't. And a 20.
Nice.
So as that ends, your blindness goes away as you're sitting in an orb of darkness.
Woo! As I can see perfectly well.
Yeah.
All right, and well, that's it for my turn. Louis is done.
Shouldn't you have rolled that attack at disadvantage because of cloak of displacement?
Ooh,
Ooh.
good point on that.
I like this disadvantage. thing.
Forgot you had Cloak of Displacement. Let me just roll another one, and we'll see which one was a less. All right. So the tentacle wraps around what it thought was Igor, which is just to the right of him. So you see it wrap around and crush the image of Igor next to it. You are not grappled.
Okay, so I'm just gonna run up to it and give it the old college try and just smack it a couple times. Actually, I'm gonna use my bonus action and cash Hunter's Mark on it.
Okay.
Actually, would that break concentration on my divine immunity, or
You don't hold concentration on your
Okay.
vow of enmity. Find where the Hunter's Mark one is. There it is. Go ahead. Roll those attacks.
and I still roll with advantage?
Nice.
I can't use Divine Smite, can I?
No, you have to call it before. The first attack hits and hits very well. You cut off half of one of the tentacles at the base as it falls with a thud onto the ground, actually crushing the part of the bench next to you as it sits there writhing. More of the black blood spills onto the ground next to you. You swing again, but it moves out of the way. 16, 22, 20.
And that will end my turn.
Akan follows suit, climbs onto the altar next to you, and swings Stormcaller. And twice.
Nice.
Crushing part of one of the other tentacles, dealing damage to Kathir. More of its black blood spills onto the ground, enough to create a mist around it. Akan and Igor, roll me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, sorry. It doesn't matter. They're both the same.
Yeah, we just
that was
take
my
it.
bad.
Akan. Igor, you fail and take 11 poison damage. And as this is your second time being affected by it, you are now also poisoned for the next minute.
Sweet.
Akan succeeds and is not affected. This is poison. Yeah. Are you familiar with the poison condition?
A little bit. You might have to refresh me.
Throw
You
it up
have
in chat.
disadvantage. Can I throw up poisoned?
You should be able to, right from the compendium.
Poison. I just have to copy it and paste it. It's a part of a page. There you go. Poisoned creature has disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks.
Okay.
And that ends Akan's turn. So it goes to Herndig. Herndig, the visage of Kathir has frightened you to your very core. You have the temptation to run away from it. As Louis, you turn around, Louis creates an orb of darkness that engulfs you, and you can't see Kathir now, which terrifies you even more.
Can I roll like a d4 and just let that pick which way I run? Because I wouldn't know which way to run, but I think I'd be running a direction to try to get away.
Well, wouldn't he also be like familiar with where the monster was a second ago?
Yeah.
To be able to guess.
You were
as well?
familiar that it's
Okay.
directly behind you as you're turned, so you know where to run away, and you actually can't move toward Kathir
So I'd
as
probably
you're frightened from it.
run away and try to like hide behind this bench, like kind of like get behind it, if that's at all possible.
He wouldn't even
Alright.
see that. He'd just run into the wall.
Actually, yeah,
Just
you're
run
still-
full speed into the wall.
You're still within Louis' orb of darkness, so you run away.
I'm at the very edge, but still in it. All right.
Well, we'll say you run past Louis, bumping him in the shoulder. As you run past, you clip your shin on the bench, grab hold of the bench, and dive behind it as you recognize what you run into.
Okay. And I don't know if I can do this as well or not, but I feel like if I'm that frightened, I would be trying to do divine intervention and just like beg for any sort of help from my god.
So you hide behind the bench and get on your knees and put your hands together and begin praying to your god. As you try to connect to the outer plane for your god, you can feel your connection broken
Oh.
as the dark god's influence doesn't allow for other gods means to communicate.
Interesting. All right.
You just got a busy signal.
Beep.
Your call was routed
Yeah.
to Kathir.
This number is no
Glorious
longer
leader. Glorious
try
leader glorious leader telephone lines does not allow calling out right now.
And that'd be end my turn. So do I do a wisdom check or can I not?
Yep. Wisdom save throw.
Aha. Maybe.
You don't get any communication from your god. The effect of the Kathir's visage no longer affects you, and you get the urge to fight back. You stand up and still can't see. And now don't know where Kathir is.
Perfect. That's
Well-
my turn.
All right. Kathir, as I'm sure Igor will find some humor in this, pushes out forward toward Igor and Akan. You can see the split for where its mouth is open up wider up its head piece, and you see dozens of eyes of different colors staring back at you. The mouth widens, and it lets out a piercing shriek at creatures within 5 feet of it. The target must make an intelligence saving throw. And a con. Who is in the same boat as Igor.
Oh, cool.
Take 27 psychic damage.
Delicious.
And if you didn't have your aura of protection, would be frightened. So you just take 27 psychic damage. And that will end its turn. Louis.
Like a chant going on now in chat.
I saw it. I think we're accidentally forming a religion.
Yeah. All hail, glorious leader, dark god Kathir. Bow down before his greatness. The dark god Kathir does not have a butthole, therefore he does not need to poop. All right.
So Louis, you can see, and you are no longer afraid of, or no, you were blinded. You are no longer blinded. You have your orb of darkness blinding Herndig, but you can see through it, and you can see both Igor and Akan battling against the dark god on the other side of the room. What do you do?
Well, apparently I'm not afraid of it because I wouldn't have made fun of it. Just obvi. Oh, God.
Herndig, as you hear all these jokes that Louis is yelling out loud in this cathedral.
This pisses me off more.
I'm actually gonna run forward. So a dual attack. Okay. Let's see. I don't have haste. I don't have dual attack. Right? It's just single attack, and then I can use bonus action to use my other sword.
Yep.
All right. I am actually just gonna dip in. I'm gonna drop my darkness. Which does that take a bonus action to drop it?
Yeah, it's a bonus action.
Okay. All right. I'll use that bonus action to pump in to pop that down really quick. I'll pop in, and then let me go ahead. I have that sword. Remember?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, the sword that. Come on. All right. So pop in real quick, and then I'm gonna go ahead and hit him, and on that I get sneak attack, right? On this one.
Yep.
All right, cool. Let's hit him.
Allies within.
I'm gonna hit him with the Dragon Tooth Dagger.
Okay. You stab at one of the tentacles near you, but it writhes and you miss your strike.
All right.
With a plus 11.
Yeah. All right. I'm actually going to pop back out. Kind of pop back out of his range really quickly. That was,
How far did you?
25 feet, I believe it was. Go back. Yeah, it was 25 feet.
30? Were you right there?
It was like 30. Yeah, 30. Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah.
You were at 30.
All right, let me see. And I have, 40?
You have 30 more feet, I think.
40. I got 10 more feet. 40 more feet. Holy cow.
Oh, yeah, he didn't have 60 feet of movement.
All right. And I'm going to jump back the 10 feet. Just kind of pop back. I'll nimbly bimbly. And that'll end Louis' turn.
All right.
So
Igor?
just going forward, I actually have advantages on poison saving throws, and I'm resistant to poison, so I'm not going to retcon it because I didn't read my character sheet well enough. But just going forward.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
You have.
So I'm going to use my action and spend 5 points of lay on hands to cure me of my poison.
All right. There you go.
Then,
Which, yeah, is an action.
what can I do with a bonus action? Extra attack counts as an action, right? Not a bonus action.
Yes. Well, it counts on your attack action.
I don't think I have a lot I can do on this. Whoops, clicked the wrong button. Yeah, because that's an action. Yeah, I'll just end my turn.
All right, Akan actually burned most of his things fighting against the boogeyman.
Don't know how that feels.
So he will swing Stormcaller twice again. The first attack, he swings, striking at above near the base of Kathir toward his chest as he's up high on the altar, but is pushed back by one of the tentacles. As that happens, he steps back and drops his hammer down on the tentacle, dealing 13 damage to Kathir. Turndig, back there on the other side of the room.
Well, I can see now, which is nice. I am going to move 25 feet. Ciao. And question about Wall of Fire. If I did like an arcing wall close to him but behind him, would he still take damage at the end of his turn if he's within 10 feet of the wall, right?
Yes, if it's on that side of the wall.
Okay. So I would like to put like a half circle around him like that with the Wall of Fire.
Okay.
And get as close to him without it like pushing him out of it or away from it. And let me roll that. Or I don't really have a roll, do I?
You can roll the damage.
He has to do a dexterity save as well.
Yes.
And that is 5d8, right? Yeah, 5d8.
Ooh, nice.
Very nice. A wall of fire appears around the back of Kathir. He makes dexterity save.
Just saves.
Saves against it, taking half damage.
And as long as
There you
he
go.
ends his turn within 10 feet of the wall that's, the inner wall, he will take that damage again and have to do a save.
All right.
And I end my turn there because I have no bonus actions.
Okay, perfect.
So thematically, that's a dexterity save. So is he like dancing around the flames or what?
He's got hot
It's
feet.
more like jumping away, like
The floor
Like
is
moving.
lava.
moving out of the way of the fire.
We're burning down the house.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh, with Wall of Fire, I can choose for it not to burn the environment too.
The
Just
church.
should say
The
that.
church. The church is on fire. A cleric lit a church on fire. Nice.
That's so metal.
Can we really call this a church still with that altar in the middle of it?
It just has to be cleansed, but it's still a house of God.
Well, it's
A
the house
god,
of
apparently.
that god right now.
Who knows which one?
Yeah.
Nala
Somebody's
Faerun.
God.
A Kathir, as it's burned by the fire, moves away from it.
Makes sense.
And Akan, as a reaction, makes a strike with Stormcaller added as it moves away and misses. Kathir attacks with its tentacles once at Louis, at normal, and misses. And the next at Igor.
With disadvantage.
No, let me just roll the attack again.
Nat 20.
We take the first one. We take the first one. It's the lower of the two. It's the lower of the two. Whoever would have been the next one, thank Igor for taking that out of rotation.
Yep.
Igor, you take 22 bludgeoning damage.
Oh, did
And
you
are
already
grappled.
calculate it?
You can actually, on your health thing, just type minus the
Yeah.
damage and hit enter, and it applies.
Okay.
And then, let me actually roll for recharge. Nope. It makes its third tentacle attack at Louis again, since it has Igor grappled. Louis, the tentacle coming to strike you. Do you have anything for dodging? Louis.
Wait, say again? Sorry.
Oh, do you have the attack is set to hit? Do you have anything that gives
yeah,
you a
let
bump
me
to AC or anything,
or
or has them re-roll?
All right. With this one, let me see. I can see it coming, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. All right. So
Evasion
I
lets
can
you
have
take half
the damage against me. And then let me see.
I
I,
don't know if
already
that was
used
like a
one lucky die.
Halfling thing or-
Do my lucky die? No, I'm just gonna have them to where every time I use them, they actually go away. All right. So this one, yeah. Let me go ahead and roll a lucky die. I'll roll one more, and that will give D20 for his attack. With a 4, he gets the 4.
Nice.
and it has a plus 10, so that becomes
14.
14.
My AC is 16.
16,
Nice.
so it misses.
Woo-woo.
So you see the tentacle swiping at you, and you just duck down to the ground and hop back up as it swipes over you.
Try to
That
tell him
will
I'm all
end.
nimbly bimbly.
Kathir's turn.
What are you, a cat?
Louis, it has Igor grappled with one of its tentacles as it begins to
this Japan?
squeeze. I'm not even going to comment on that. Louis, it's your turn. Go on.
Herndeg's mom is a cat. Call me a cat.
Well, he's all
Your
nimbly
mom's a
bimbly,
cat.
jumping from branch to branch.
How does the Epic Doom music sound?
Dude, you should. It's good. It's really good. Comments on the soundtrack. Let me know what you guys think. I just started that today, so let me know what you guys think.
All right, Louis. Action, bonus action, movement. What do you do? You can see all the wounds across Kathir's body, but it doesn't seem like it's been too affected up to now. Louis.
All right, sorry, just
Your
back to
turn.
the chat. What's going on?
It's your turn.
Your turn.
Okay, all right.
I describe all this stuff. You didn't even get it. It's fine.
Totally missed all of it. It's twice now. All right. It happens. All right. Let's see. It's my turn. All right. I'm going to strike out with. Let me see. Which blade do I want to hit him with? Let's see. Shadow Blade. What was that one again? Shadow Edge Blade. Oh, that was just Glow of Darkness. All right. +2 to bonus attack and damage rolls with this weapon. Dragon Tooth Dagger. I'm such a bad player right now. God. All right, I'm gonna hit him with the Dragon Tooth Dagger.
Okay.
Let's see.
And there is an ally within 5 feet of the enemy, so you proc sneak attack.
All right. Let's see how this goes. 16.
You hop up on the bench and come down with your dagger to stab at it, but its tentacle crushes the bench. Your attack misses and you hop off.
All right, and then I'm going to use my Shadow Dagger. So as I hop up and come down, I miss, but then on the way back up, as I'm standing, I use my bonus action to attack with the Shadow Blade. I squeeze my hand together and pop that out of. All right, and
And it just minuses your proficiencies from it. Go ahead.
yeah. So 14 and 10. Yeah, I missed
Did
and missed.
not even need it, so yep, missed.
All right, and with that, I will go ahead and hop. I will go ahead and pop behind Herndig, 25 feet, and I will end my turn there.
Herndig, you see both of Louis' attacks miss, and the bench that he was standing on get crushed. He hops back and runs past you. You see him hop up onto the benches and just like, jump between them to the back of the room.
Very nimbly bimbly. Some might even
Yes.
say cat-like,
Herndig just shaking his head. Can't even land a hit.
like Herndig's mom. Very cat-like.
So, do you want me to do a strength check to see if I get out of grapple?
You have to use an action to get out of grapple.
I mean, I'll use a
But-
action to get out of grapple. Yeah.
Either acrobatics or athletics. DC 18.
Athletics. Let's go with a +9. Oh, sorry. Normal.
Not an advantage, but we'll take the first one. You muscle your way out of the tentacle. As you loosen its grip, you drop down onto the ground beneath it.
And I'm just kind of gonna run right back here.
As you run away from the Dark God, it uses its reaction as an attack of opportunity. Attacks with its tentacle.
With disadvantage.
Just throwing it out there. I think that wall's still up. I didn't drop concentration, so if you're within 10
did
feet
not.
and end your turn, you're gonna take damage. 'Cause I
Hey,
never said I dropped
he-
it.
He moved. As he moves closer to the wall of fire.
But Igor would take the damage too. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, yeah, I know.
Okay.
He
The
misses
attack
both.
missed. As you run back
I couldn't
And
see it on
you're-
my screen.
and end your turn, you're looking back as you run, and you just run smack into this wall of fire.
Do I roll
take-
5d8?
I'll let Igor decide if he wants to take the last roll you used or have you re-roll. Igor, you want to take a gamble?
What was
I
the last
rolled
one you
two
rolled?
eights. I rolled
You-
2 8s on the last roll.
you did roll 2 8s on the
Oh boy.
Igor's still a little afraid of Kathir.
I'll re-roll it.
All right. Yeah, that's
Oh,
better.
way less. Like
Yeah.
8 points less. So you run into the wall of fire and take 19 fire damage.
You're not resistant to fire, perchance, are you?
He's a giant metal person. What do you think?
He's
He's a
glowing
giant
metal.
tin can.
I'm a blacksmith. I'll patch you up afterwards.
I need heals. Is what I need.
That's what was my plan.
Hakan runs up.
Random constantly
swings.
what he feared.
His mighty hammer. As he runs up to swing at Kathir, Kathir moves and his tentacles spin with him, or with it, and push Hakan back. His attacks miss. Herndig.
I'm going to cast mass
Healing
healing word,
Ooh.
and I'm going to target Akan and Igor. Just those two. Whoops. Now that's the wrong one. Hold on. There we go. So I'm going to do that. And it's... Do they roll or do I roll the 1d4?
You roll.
Right. Let's see what happens. So 3 plus 8.
So 11 to both.
11
Akan
points of
and-
healing. Oh, and myself. Sorry. Meant to mention that.
Yeah, because it's 3 people. I figured. We're up to 6. Igor, did you add it already?
I did not.
Would you like me to? I will.
I added mine.
I already
And
flipped
I'll
it
just
over
look
there,
back
so-
at Louis and just say, "Are you sure you want to keep a hold of that crystal?"
Hmm.
Is that going to end your turn, Herndig?
I was gonna see if I can do a bonus action just to kind of like look over the dark god and see if it looks like he's either healing or if anything part of him's like more susceptible than other parts.
Ooh. Roll me a perception check. Normally. So you look over the dark god standing with Akan. You can see he's been wounded. You don't see any point of him that seems weaker than the others, but you do notice a little bit of a difference in the dark god since you first saw it. It appears a little bigger.
Oh,
It
interesting.
has grown slightly.
He must be getting excited. I'm just gonna move up close to him and end my turn. Oh well.
Oh, as you get closer to the dark god, it's its turn.
Yep. Yeah. I realized I could have moved, during my next turn, but it's not good.
Ooh, the 6.
And it uses its shrieking void again. As its face opens up to show its eyes, it screams a maddening shriek. And Herndig and Akan roll an intelligence saving throw.
Oh, that was wisdom last time. I was a little confident. I'm not so confident with the intelligence. See? Told you, not
And
confident.
Igor is away from both of them, so they just roll natural.
Oh, just figure I would mention because Firewall's concentration when I casted the healing spell, that should have dropped concentration. So the wall should be gone, I think. Right?
No, Mass Healing Word doesn't use concentration. You can use instant cast while holding concentration. You can also
Oh.
just drop concentration as a bonus action.
Yeah. I used my bonus action to observe him
Oh.
and kind of failed, so.
Yeah.
Fire Snap, sorry, Igor. I was thinking it would drop when I casted the spell, that's my bad.
I'm on fire.
All right, so both of you fail and you take 27 psychic damage
Solid.
and are frightened by Kathir.
Solid.
And while frightened in the way of its shrieking void, the creature is also paralyzed.
So I'm just like literally shaking in my boots, like peeing my pants, like can't move.
Exactly.
Okay.
Mhm.
You can't move other than just slowly shaking in place. Louis.
Let's see.
What's this one?
I'm gonna go ahead and run forward with Dragon Tooth Dagger again. And try it again. With Sneak Attack procced. Hit with that one. Down with the Dragon Tooth Dagger.
It misses.
And then I'll uppercut again with the Shadow Etched Blade.
And you can apply sneak attack to the second attack since the first one missed.
You love your 14s.
again.
You can't say that on the
Apparently.
internet. Actually, he did roll a 14 in the last one too.
Oh
That's
my
why
god!
I said it. 14 attack hits.
On his last turn, he also rolled a 14.
I'll spring
He
backwards.
really does.
I'll spring backwards, do a quick little backflip, and then land safely 15 feet away, and end my turn there. Here, you want to take like a quick 5 minutes?
Yeah, let's take
Sure.
a quick 5-minute break, and we will be right back to finish this out.
BRB. Thank you. And we're back.
All right, thank you all for waiting. We're going to jump straight back into combat with Kathir, the Dark God. Igor, you have been singed a little bit by the wall of fire. You turn around, you see Akan and Herndig affected by Kathir's screech, and they are now stunned in place. What are you going to do?
Are they frightened at all?
They were frightened, which caused them to be stunned, yes.
Gotcha. So I am going to just run up next to Akan, and I'm going to use my action to cast Lay on Hands on myself, and I'm going to use about 40 points of it.
All right.
So maybe I should have used mass heal instead.
And then I just yell at the Dark God that he's a loser, and I end my turn.
Akan is stunned for the turn. Goes past him. Herndig, your stun ends as well as it goes past your turn. And to Kathir, roll for recharge. Does not recharge. Now with all three
My
of you
words
standing
worked.
in front of it, it makes attacks with its tentacles. Once at Igor.
With disadvantage.
I wonder to remember that. And it misses, striking the other you. Once at Akan. Akan moves out of the way, dodging
Miraculously.
Yeah, as he snaps out of it, he sees the tentacle swing at him. He dodges out. And then last at Herndig, which hits, dealing 18 bludgeoning damage and wrapping Herndig up, lifting him into the air.
Nice hug.
And as the turn ends and we go to the next round, everyone looking at Kathir notices the size change of Kathir has become highly noticeable as it has gotten bigger.
Do we tell if he still looks like he's getting hurt or if he's just like...
It looks
Just
injured, but it looks like some of its injuries have healed a little.
Great. Sapping life from us.
Louis?
Quick... Oops, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, go ahead.
I just had a quick question on the blessing of or soul of the forge. The +1 AC that automatically goes onto like my sheet, right?
Yes.
Cool. Perfect.
All right, Louis. You have seen as Kathir has grown in size and has Herndig hoisted in the air. Akan looks very beat up, and Igor looks like he's run out of some of his stamina. What do you do?
So now would you say that he's within the 10 feet of that wall to actually receive the fire damage?
No, he is... The way that... No. That part is blocked by the wall there. And this has 2 squares between them, so he's more than 10 feet away.
Okay. Let's see. All right. So with Green Flame Blade, I don't have to hit a second target with it, do I?
No.
Okay. All right, then. I'm specifically, and you said that he had Igor. Who did he have elevated in the air, grappled?
Herndig.
Okay. I'm going to run forward and jump up into the air and actually strike out at the tentacle that's holding Herndig in the air to try and get him to drop it. And I'm going to use Green Flame Blade to actually hit it.
Okay.
Well, so do I get the benefits of the weapon if I use Green Flame Blade as well?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm gonna hit him with the Dragon Tooth dagger and proc Green Flame Blade. So let me roll the dagger first.
Wow.
Finally.
It hits.
6 times the charm.
And
Blade is
9. And I'll have him do a con save, or we'll do strength save against it to continue its grapple. You strike at the tentacle, slashing a deep enough cut. The tentacle drops Herndig back to the ground.
all right. All right. Let's see. And then with Green Flame Blade, he's to do the second creep. All right. So this one would only attack the one. 5th level, the melee attack. All right. So on a hit, fire damage to the second creep. Okay. So just 11th level, 2d8. Okay. So 2d8 then.
Yes. So you can roll it.
For an extra 14 damage.
Nice.
And that puts it over. As you cut the tentacle, a deep gash going from side to side on the tentacle with your blade, the black blood spills onto the ground. You see it spill onto the bench as you hear it sizzle. It actually begins to melt the bench a little. The mist coming off of it is toxic, and everyone is within 10 feet of Kathir, so everybody roll me a Constitution save throw.
Ooh. Oh no. Evil.
You roll advantage against being poisoned, but not
Oh
poison damage
no.
either. But
Okay.
it's 19, so we still take it. And the con.
I think that's the first good roll I've had of the night.
Even with your addition, it would still fail. So a con takes half of the poison damage. Louis, you take 11 poison damage,
Would I take half?
and that is
Because I can
For what?
see it. It'd be like an AoE kind of a thing, right? I
Oh,
should be
it's-
able to see it and take half.
it's the mist coming from it, so it's not an attack. You're
Gotcha.
inhaling it,
Okay. It's aura.
and that is. Louis' first time, and actually that was a con's first time. Okay, perfect. Keep track of that.
Sweet. Our first time.
Yeah,
Ooh.
Igor learned what happens when you're affected by it. When you get it a couple times, you catch something.
It stacks. Catch something you need a
but-
shot for? Or?
It wears off after a while, probably. Bed rest. Louis, does that end your turn?
I'm going to go ahead and pop back again. Kind of pop out of the area. Just kind of dive in, attack, and take off. Let's dip out 20. We'll go to 20 feet, and then we'll stop right there. And then yeah, that'll end Louis' turn. Let me go ahead.
You run over and hop up onto one of the benches. Igor,
Just gonna move right there. And I will swing my sword.
swing your shiny sword. Nice.
And then do I click Hunter's Mark on that too because I have it equipped? Or does it
No,
automatically do it?
Yeah, it's 3 damage, so I remember.
Yep.
And the second hits. Let me see. 15, 22, 28. There you go. And enough damage. Akan, Igor, and Herndig roll me a Constitution saving throw. As more of its black blood spills, getting a mist in the air. Igor, you take half poison damage.
Okay.
And because it doesn't have you roll for the poisoned condition, you are poisoned.
Sweet.
Herndig, you also failed. But actually, no, you are for the first time in Igor's aura of protection, so you succeed because of his aura. And so does Akan, actually.
That's why I moved there.
All right, Igor. You slash across the chest of Kathir. You run up as he's knelt over, or not knelt, but kind of bent toward you. You slash up twice across his chest, creating an X, a deep wound as the black blood spills onto the ground in front of you. You step back so it doesn't melt you. And you inhale the mist from it and are poisoned.
Sweet.
Does that end your turn?
Yes.
Khan is going to swing his hammer twice. The second one hitting, dealing a bit more damage to Kathir. Erndig, we're going back to you.
All right. Couple of questions. Am I close enough where he would get a opportunity attack if I move away?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try this then. I'm close enough to hit him with a hammer too, or do I have to step up a little bit?
No, you can hit him.
Perfect.
It
Nice.
connects. You smash
And-
into the side of
Oops.
one of its tentacles with your Dragon's Wrath hammer.
And because I have Blessed Strikes, would be
Hmm.
7 damage of radiant damage. I don't know if he's weak to radiant.
He's not weak to Radiant. Nope.
Then... Can I take like bonus action dodge? Or like hold it? That'd be an action.
No. Yeah, it's an action.
Alright. I'm gonna end my turn and hope I don't get knocked out next turn.
All right. And in this round, going to Kathir, all of you so engulfed in your battle with Kathir have now noticed around the room everything seems to be slightly different. The walls are darkened and smoothed out. You can see the shadows created from the light outside and the wall of fire dancing on it. Everything with the shadows begins to look like it's twisting and turning, like shadows are moving within the room. Kathir's aura has began to affect the building as its influence is already affecting this plane. Kathir did not recharge it, so it will use its tentacles to attack Igor at disadvantage. Missing. At Akan. And then at Herndig.
Yes.
Herndig, you catch the tentacle against your shield, feeling the impact against your arm. It stings and your forearm is numb a little bit. You watch Igor step back out of the way of its tentacle, and you look at Akan as the third tentacle smashes into Akan. You can see blood spit out from his mouth. It wraps around him, picks him up, slams him on the ground, and throws him to the other side of the room as he lays there limp.
No, not a con.
And that will end Kathir's turn.
No.
And in Akan we trusted. Jeez.
Screaming in rage, angered at the death of his, at the falling of Akan. Louis leaps into the fray. I will again swing forward with my dragon tooth dagger with everything that I have. Dramatically, eventually
Yes.
swinging it when it rolls.
Possibly.
Maybe. I pressed it, so you know.
Pausing for dramatic effect. And the attack misses.
Oh, that's good.
Bonus.
That guy swing again.
Oh,
That's good.
Swing
That's
again,
good.
that's a lot of damage.
and it hits.
Yeah, that second one was worth it.
Yeah. So there's
Swing.
that one.
So you rush up at the dark god. You hop onto one of its tentacles, slashing on your way up. Your dagger bounces off of its hard exterior. You continue running, and you jump up to its chest and plunge your dagger in and cut down. You hop back from its body. Its black blood spills out and rains over everything. It's still alive.
And
But
how
all
I
three of
imagine
you-
that attack went really quick before you go into the damage. I imagined that he jumped up into the air spinning like a top.
What's Beyblade?
Yes. He was a
Louis,
he
good
was
point.
an elven Beyblade, a half elven Beyblade. Or halfling. Halfling Beyblade. It's a very short Beyblade.
High defense. So all three of you with that damage, the black blood raining down. Roll me a Constitution save throw.
Are you saying it's raining blood?
Yes, it is.
Natural 20.
With a 4.
Igor and Louis. Well, Igor, you take 6 poison damage. Louis, you take 11 poison damage, and are now affected by the poison condition.
And that one we roll at the end of our turn to get rid of it, right?
No, it's 1 minute.
Oh, it's 1 minute? Ooh.
Yeah.
Ouch. Then I am going to go ahead and pop back out of the area, and we'll call that. I'll say good day, sir.
I think you did enough.
Yes.
Igor,
I'm going to
You are
use
now
5
poisoned.
points. I'm going to use 5 points of lay on hand to get rid of my poison effect.
okay.
That's pretty much all I can do. I think I have bonus actions.
Paladin, I don't think so.
Yeah. And that will end my turn.
Let's roll this.
Roll this.
And Herndig.
I will just run, not disengaging, but just try to run and try to get over there and see if I can't get away without, and see if he misses me. 'Cause I'm assuming he's gonna be attacking me.
Yes, you ran away from Kathir. One of its tentacles shoots out at you, and you run next to the bench. It crushes the bench behind you, and you continue on.
Question: can I attempt to stabilize him as a bonus action, or is that an action?
It's an action to stabilize.
I will try that.
You can roll a medicine check, or if you heal him at all, it also stabilizes.
So, if I just use a healing, it'll just stabilize him.
Yep.
All right, I will do that instead. I will use my mass healing word again for 1d4 plus 8 to him, Igor, and I guess I'll do it to Louis too. So that's just 1d8
Roll a d4. Yep.
or whoops.
A d4.
Okay. Sorry. And plus 8,
Let's say,
so 10.
So you kneel down, you cast your mass healing word. You see Akan, his laying there limp, his eyes open, and he starts coughing profusely, some blood onto his plate mail. Louis and Igor and Herndig, heal yourself for 10.
Yep.
Already got it.
And I just say, like, stay still. Don't move. And I end my turn.
And
Jesus.
Oh, great. Please don't fear me.
That's why you guys have to stay next to me.
there
I
it is.
couldn't.
Did I get an opportunity attack on it?
Nope, he moved within you.
That
Ooh,
sounds
he moved
wrong.
within you.
I do not consent to that.
Kathir doesn't care.
All right, no jokes about that.
Kathir moved around Igor into the center of the room with its size increase and power increase. It uses its Shrieking Void for the first time in its enhanced state, which is a 30-foot radius, and cast Shrieking Void. Everyone roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Not wisdom?
Nope. The Shrieking Void is intelligence. DC 20.
Oh, great.
Roll an intel save, you said?
Yes.
Ooh.
And
So that turns into a 10 plus 6, so 16. I forgot about reliable talent.
what's reliable talent?
Any roll of a d20 at 9 or below is automatically treated as a 10.
Oh.
Mhm.
Okay. Well, 16, lower than 20. So all three of you take, or all four of you. So Akan gets up and hears the screech and basically just collapses back down onto the ground.
Fuck.
All of you take 20 or 27 psychic damage, and everyone except for Igor is frightened. And when frightened this way, you are paralyzed.
How
For
much
one
damage
turn.
do I take?
27.
27. Is that one halved or no?
No,
Okay.
it's not like something you can dodge out of, basically.
Gotcha.
Dragon's fire or anything like that. And,
Hey,
or
Rob,
it wasn't
did you
a
check that-
dexterity save.
Did you check that? Did I? Oh, gotcha. Here, really quick. Did you check that text that I sent you?
Let me check real quick. Yes, you would.
Okay.
And with that, so Louis and Herndig, you are now paralyzed for one turn.
If I didn't stabilize Akan, would he have just died, or would it just been a failed save?
From the damage, it just would have been a failed save.
And here, really quick, you said I'm paralyzed this turn.
Yes.
Okay.
Igor, you see everyone else in the room paralyzed.
Cowards!
Oh, and from the 27 damage, forget you're holding concentration. So roll me a Constitution save throw for concentration. Also, Herndig's concentration broke from being paralyzed.
It's probably a good
Perfect.
thing.
Your hunter's mark is still there.
Can I cast a third level Wrathful Smite?
Yes.
So how do I do that? Because mine just says it. So I just click it and then see what happens.
Yep. But you click it, and it should ask you what level. Or it can't be upcasted.
Oh, okay, then I can't do that because I've used all my level 1 spell slots. Okay, so we won't use that then. I will cast haste on myself.
Okay, so you use an action, cast haste on yourself, giving you a +2 to AC, advantage on dex saves, and an additional attack on your turns.
And does that apply for this turn or?
No.
That will end my turn.
Let's roll. Death save.
Ooh.
Glad
Okay,
we revived
so-
him.
Actually, yeah.
No, a con. Somebody res a
Dig.
con.
You are paralyzed.
Okay, so I can't like cast a spell verbally or anything like that, right?
Nope.
All right, so I'm just like sitting there. Yeah, just sitting there. Oh no.
It's so close. So, gonna play a little mean. It recharged. So it uses Shrieking Void again. The stone of the cathedral shakes, and you can actually see part of the ceiling above cracking as the second floor has become unstable. All three of you roll me an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, that's good.
And Louis?
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh.
16.
27 psychic damage, and you are paralyzed. Igor, you take a success. Oh, you actually don't take any damage.
Yes.
And that ends Kathir's turn.
You guys should have ran into the firewall like me. Forged in fire.
It really boosted his intelligence from that.
Yeah.
Well,
The pan is hot.
Can I do anything paralyzed? Like re-roll it, or it just lasts for one turn, right?
Yeah, it's just one turn. Basically,
okay.
just stuns you out.
Let's see,
Yeah,
refreshes.
you probably didn't
again.
have any more lucky die for your save, did you?
Nope.
Do I know where a con fell? Like where he got thrown to?
Mm-hmm.
Because I can't see him on my map, so.
Do a mad dash like I did. Don't
But you
worry
should be
about
able-
disengaged.
Oh, because you actually don't have the sight for it. Yeah, you're familiar. He's over on this side of the room.
So 5, 10. I guess I'll disengage, or yeah,
He
I'll
goes-
disengage and run to him.
All right, you disengage from Kathir and run over to Akan.
And then I'll use 10 points of lay on hands.
You put your hand down on his limp body and and use your lay on hands. As you touch him, you realize he's already gone. The,
Oh, no.
the last freaking void was his last death save.
Jesus.
Even though he was raised up once.
Yeah, he nat 1, which is 2 negative death saves. And then when
But-
you're attacked, when you're down, it's another negative.
Oh.
He rolled the 1 after you rest him.
Yeah.
Can I grab his hammer?
You can grab his hammer.
I grab his hammer then.
What do you do with the hammer? You're holding your great sword in one, which requires 2 hands, and then the hammer in the other.
I can't do that. I'm not that strong.
No.
I guess I'll sheath the great sword and pick up the hammer and shield. And I have a shield equipped, or I can equip my shield.
Yeah, you kind of, well, free action. I'll say as a bonus action. Yeah, you're able to swap it out and pick up his hammer and shield.
That
Yeah. that. And does that end your turn?
Yeah.
Poor Akan, you will be missed.
When I heal someone and they're down, do they get the healing points back as well, or do they just get stabilized?
They get the healing point back.
That's good to know for the future, because I could have done something else, and he'd probably still be alive.
We don't reflect on that.
Yeah.
He's gonna stay awake all night. No,
Crying.
I let Akan die. No.
Is it my turn?
Yes.
All right. I will use Mass Cure Wounds. Just 3d8 to myself, Igor, and Louis. Plus
Okay,
8.
I'll let you roll.
Ooh, nice.
29 points of healing. Still not in very good shape.
Louis, you got 29 health back.
Sweet.
Can I bonus action search Akan's body for any maybe healing potions he might have on his body?
You use a bonus action to look through what he had. He did not have any healing potions left as he drank them in the tavern. On his body, he is just wearing his plate mail. He does have a cloak that he's wearing, so you would have to take it off. Other than that, just some tools and a single travel pouch full of, well, you kind of open it just for a second, full of ale.
Can I take the ale and just chug one down?
Pour some out for the homie.
Yeah.
Pour one out.
Pour one out for the homie.
I'll pour one out for Akan.
You run over to his body, you quickly look over, you grab the pouch, you open it and smell it, you take a swig, and then pour the rest next to him. Set it down, turn with your weapon grasped and face toward Kathir.
And then I'm going to move behind Igor and stay close to him.
And then slowly shuffle behind Igor.
Quick question. I have 2 points. What's Harness Divine Power?
It's one of your abilities as a cleric.
And here, really quick, my ADHD was going really hard. How many points did I get back?
29.
21 or 29? Okay.
29.
I put 29, so I was right. All right, cool. Just wanted to make sure.
There's a bonus section you can touch your. You regain 1 expended spell slot, the level of which cannot be higher than half your proficiency, which your proficiency is 5, so it can only be a 2nd level spell slot, 1st or 2nd.
Okay. Well, that will end my turn. Just scroll up.
Because we always have to check. Nope.
Oh, so disappointed.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
Darn.
messed up.
Shrieking Void. It's so fun. Uses its turn to attack with its tentacles. The first one at Louis,
Ooh.
which definitely hits.
Let's go ahead and half that damage.
You, as it begins to hit you, you take a step toward it and not allowing the impact to hit as hard. You only take 8 points of damage from it.
And what's the roll on that grapple?
Oh, you're grappled. The target
Oh.
is grappled. Yeah. It
Gotcha.
grabs you. You can
It
escape
says
it using
escape-
an action on your next turn.
Gotcha. Okay. Oh, then normal escape. Got it.
Yep.
You said 8 damage?
Yes.
All right. Thank you.
Okay. Since it's the first time he's actually had an attack while somebody is grappled, being
No.
grappled, it burns its second tentacle attack to attack again on Louis.
Oh boy.
using its destructive rend as it attacks with its tentacle while on a restrained target. Once per round, if it hits with more than one of its tentacle attacks on the single restrained target, it may inflict an extra 10 bludgeoning damage. So it does 29 bludgeoning with that hit.
And then half in there also.
You can only use that once per turn.
Gotcha. Okay, so 29.
Yep, so 29. And then the other person within range of its tentacle, the third attack goes at Igor.
With disadvantage. Well, does that matter? My AC is high enough anyways.
And it missed.
Yeah.
Igor. It swipes at your distorted image once again. And Louis, you are grappled and restrained by the tentacle it's holding you.
Can you check that text that I just sent you? That last one again. I'm wondering if I can use that ability right now,
While
or if we're
you
in
are
like his
holding-
domain. Or
you'd have to
something.
be holding both of those things. So you'd have to have the blade out and use it as a bonus action. And then, yes, you can use an action to
Okay.
move.
Okay. Yep. I'm gonna go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the gem out of my pocket, and I'm gonna use my bonus action to make the sword create the orb of darkness, and I'm gonna utilize the gem to be transported to the Shadowfell.
All right. The Akon, or not Akon, Herndig and Igor, you look over at Louis hanging in the air. You can see his shadow blade in hand. He looks over at you and winks. The orb of darkness surrounds him. And then it disappears, and Louis is gone.
Let me go ahead and post that in chat so that way they can see what it is. I don't see it. Hold on.
Did I not put it?
Stone of the Shadowfell. Got it right here. See, I don't think it's gonna let me actually post it in chat.
That's fine. The Stone of the Shadowfell, when in complete darkness, allows its user, as an action, to plane shift to the Shadowfell.
So
And
Louis
it's not
has been
affected by its
teleported.
negative effect. Louis, you are in the Shadowfell, which is a dead landscape, almost like a white sanded desert around you. The sky itself is as black of a night as you've ever seen, as there are no stars, but a slight hue creating light around you, enough to barely see in black and white. Shadows move about as you see dead trees sprouted. You hear clicks and growls off in the distance.
And with that, I can teleport because I'm still in that darkness, but I should, even though it doesn't really matter in the Shadowfell, I should be able to teleport back, right?
Yes.
Okay. So, okay, and then I wouldn't need to use my bonus action. All right. And it's nice because I'm dual wielding, so I can use my bonus action to attack. So, in my globe of darkness. All right. I am going to, and actually, I'm going to go ahead and end my turn there.
Okay.
Has it been 1
Igor?
minute of combat? Because it's round 10.
Rounds. That would have been if you were poisoned on the first round.
Well, it's.
But you got.
Oh no, my divinity lasts until the creature falls to 0 hit points. Never mind.
Yes.
Oh, okay,
So-
perfect.
Yep.
So, I'm just gonna raise my hammer up and yell, "For the best barkeeper dwarf ever," and just run towards him.
The hammer lights up with a spark. Lightning covers it. Swing your
then-
hammer. That hits. You smack one of it its tentacles. Oh, so you are poisoned still, so you don't attack at advantage. You attack normally.
How am I poisoned? I use.
Or no,
Lay
you
of
healed
Hand.
yourself. Never mind.
Yeah, I use Lay of Hands.
You-
And then I can attack a third time because of haste, right?
Yes. So swing the third.
That's a lot of damage.
You rush up with Stormcaller in hand, shield in front of you. The tentacles shoot out in your direction. You push through them, smash one into the ground with the hammer as the thunder has almost like a delayed effect, and it explodes the tentacle into two pieces. Kathir kind of swerves back. You rush up and smash into his chest with the second. You continue to run up the body of the Dark God. You hold Stormcaller in hand, charge its thunder, and bring it down onto Kathir's head, smashing into its mouth, breaking its teeth. And with a thunder, its head explodes. Down the head and the body disappears like a shadow. It poofs back into its plane.
Where Louis is.
Not that one. So he's fine. Combat ends. Louis, did you want to do the thing that you were talking about last turn, though?
So
Unaware that the combat has ended.
yes, so unaware that the combat has ended, I am going to return. Well, actually, so for this one, let me see if I have any potions. I do not have any potions, actually. So I'm just going to walk up. I'm going to teleport back, still in my globe of darkness. And I'm going to teleport back ready for a fight. And then seeing, let me go ahead and switch the overlay. We'll go ahead and get rid of the combat overlay and end the heavy metal music.
So you come back from the Shadowfell, popping in with your globe of darkness, ready to fight. As you appear, you see Igor deal the final blow, and Kathir explode into shadow as Igor falls from its body, landing onto the ground with a thud on his feet.
As I return and I see that happen, I walk up to behind Igor, and I'm going to pat him on the back and say, "Congratulations on a job well done." And I'm going to kind of stand on the top of the altar over here, and I'm going to look at everyone and say, "And with that, I shall bid you all adieu." And as Louis takes a bow in front of them,
Can
he
I throw
removes
my
his
hammer
hat
at him?
in a sweeping bow,
Oh, I don't have.
removing
Yes.
his disguise, showing his dark, bald head as he stands up facing you at about 6 feet tall, looks at you and says, "In the next life." And then he closes his hand going into a globe of darkness, grabs the gem again, and disappears.
Coward.
Asshole.
I mean, he could
Um,
have killed us.
As
So-
you know, now that he was a drow.
After
In
that all
disguise.
happened, I would walk over and pray over Akan, using my last divinity point to see if my god will help out a fellow dwarf and bring him back. And while I don't know if I can do that at the same time, but I'd be like trying to cast heal word while praying over him, see if anything would happen. See if my
Yeah,
prayers
you-
will be
I
answered.
give him the help action.
The two of you stand over Akan. Herndog, you place your hand onto Akan's body and ask a divine plea. You hear a response from your god. It says to you, this will be a large blessing. His soul has become grasped by the darkness. Would you like this still?
Yes.
Your hand glows a burning white. You see Akan's already paling skin get that pink hue again. He opens his eyes and wakes up screaming as he sits up. You feel the light from your god not leave you, but become very dim.
Okay. Interesting.
What happened?
You killed the monster.
That
How in the... Why do you have my hammer?
You used it to kill the monster. You killed the monster. Your final breath was kill this with this.
I told that damned halfling I was too old for this.
He's not much of a halfling.
Let's leave and you can explain further.
I give Archon his hammer back.
Yeah, I'll be taking that.
I'll heal, my healing word again, but at the 3rd level on him, which would be 3d4 plus 8. Just in case.
And I'll give him the last of my lay on hands.
You get him
For a
almost
roll.
that.
Just so he can actually walk back
And how
comfortably.
much is your lay on hands?
15.
Okay.
So 28 health. Between
Okay.
us two.
I appreciate it. Let's go meet with your sister, Igor. I'm tired of this damn town.
Yeah. Vampires, dark lords.
I don't
Yeah,
think
I'm-
the council will believe
I'm
me.
leaving.
I think we're all leaving.
That's it. He's retiring. He's
All
done.
right. Igor and Herndog, you all walk back to your sister's house to meet with her. You find a note on the table in the center of the room saying that we've left ahead going to Yorn. We will meet you there.
Let's head back.
I want to burn this town to the ground.
With the citizens still in it.
They all left.
No, there's still some.
Are they still
Just your
zombie
sister
people?
left. Some were. You look over outside and you see some of the townsfolk and the guards dropped to the ground dead. You assume these to be the ones that were controlled by the blood beasts. You see some of the other townsfolk come out and look around. You can hear all of their chatter. Akan turns toward you two. I think it's best we leave. Let the Lord deal with this.
Agreed. And I just start marching towards Yorn. Oh no, let's go get our horses. I'm gonna go get my horse.
Yeah, I need to run by my tavern, grab a few things. I'll meet you at the stables, get everything prepared.
Yes.
Take some time. You go back to the stables, gather your 2 horses, and you find the stable manager, the stable manager, dead on the ground in the middle of the stable, and two of the horses in other stalls also dead as their blood pools out onto the ground. Your two horses are fine, and two more. You grab a third and saddle it and prepare it for Akon. After some time, he shows up with a large backpack strapped onto him, his armor taken off. Yeah, let's go.
Yes, let's make haste.
All right, the three of you ride out of Dyerton, never to return again, back to the city of Yorn. And that will end Be Afraid of the Dark.
And will our heroes run into the infamous Louis ever again? Bum, bum, bum.
Will they ever come back to defeat the Vampire Lord? We will see.
Weren't we banished from there?
Signed
I
a devil's
mean-
contract.
We killed a
Never said you're gonna break
demigod.
it.
It's a vampire.
Mhm.
I killed the
powerful.
demigod.
You did, okay. So you would
You guys
still be
gonna be
alive
like this
without
the
my
entire
healing.
Just
And yeah,
cursing Louis under our breath.
And Rob, we have to bring Kathir back. There's, Kathir will rise again.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe in the next one. But thank you all for watching. And super excited for the next season. We'll post more in our community and in our Instagram, so stay tuned for updates. We're also looking at a new system, so exciting things to come.
And we have more soundtracks to drop in, as you can tell from this screen and the combat one where we had the metal soundtrack. So stream's getting better. So stream alerts are next. Woo woo. Please
All right.
remember to like and subscribe for anyone that's watching after this, and Hunter. and Hunter, of course.
Thank you all, and have a good night.
Thanks.